I believe that AI OFM is the future, and in this video I'm going to tell you exactly why I believe that and give you a couple of reasons of why you should actually start doing AI OFM as well, just to be set for the future, because I seriously believe that it will take over the OF industry as a whole. Now, about me, I used to be part of one of the biggest agencies in Sweden, and we used to have a bunch of 200k plus Instagram follower girls and a guy as well, and we offboarded all of them, in part because we believe that AI OFM is the future, and also because they are a fucking nuisance, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So to understand the future, obviously we need to understand the past. So what we're gonna look at now is the old world of OFM, when you had real models only. So in case you've never had real models, and especially influencer ones, really big ones, you may not be familiar with the complete ass fuck it is to manage these people. These people, first off, they take 50% of the cut roughly. You know, if somebody has 200k plus followers, right? Then all the marketing is basically done through them. You don't really have to focus a lot on marketing because you utilize their already existing fan bases. Now, with this leverage, a 50-50 deal is still pretty freaking good if you're gonna ask me. You just ensure that the chatting is top notch and that everything is set up, the funnels are good and stuff like that. You don't need to do any black hat marketing, bullshit like that. The organic marketing is more than enough to make a load of money. But these people are usually really annoying to work with. They're very often addicted to some substances or validation or fame or whatever. It's always something. They're a complete mess. If they're already in the OF world, they are completely broken individuals. You have to manage them like babies. You have to call them, you have to tell them, you have to ensure them that, yeah, it's all good, it's all good. They can flip out of nowhere. They can start to, you know, they can go completely ape shit. 2 years ago, you might recall the Will Smith eating pasta AI clip. That was complete dog shit. Now today it looks completely realistic. Same with AI models. They used to be completely unrealistic. Now you can hardly tell a difference, and in a year from now you will never be able to tell a difference, alright? It's seriously impressive. And in the old world with real models, you have to control their emotions as well, mood swings, stuff like that. You have to, you know, adapt to them. And it's seriously annoying. You become literally their manager. You have to tell them what to do, when to do it, and keep an eye on them, and as well as, you know, keep them happy so that you don't lose them. It's honestly like running a daycare, which I wrote down here. I'm going to tell you my main issue with a real model, all right? And I'm going to run an example. One of our previous models, Swedish OF model, actually appeared on KVIQLEADS stream, some real life stream. I saw this and started simping for him on the live. I don't know why I wrote KVIQA here. It was class. What happens is that the customers that are currently financing the lifestyle, they all have a relationship with this model off screen, you know? They feel like they do. And when the person does stuff on a live stream, for example, which differs from the illusion that the customer has made of the model, it really makes it difficult to keep them. Because let's say you have a conversation with somebody, all right, and you build a relationship, and then when you see them on a live stream, they are completely different. All right, they are completely unlike themselves, and of course they are, because you're never really chatting to the model. You're chatting to some dude. You've built a relationship with the chatter who's there manipulating you. So once they see that the girl is completely different, this breaks the illusion. And what these people want is literally just to live in a dream world, a fantasy world. They live in an illusion. They're there for the emotional as well, not just, you know, the seeing the images, because the whales, they actually have a relationship with the model. The one-time customer might not, but the whales, they actually, if they saw the model in real life, they would run up and say, hey, it's me, Ollie, you know? So this is something that breaks as soon as they show up on the internet. And especially, this is not as common with lesser known models, but especially with influencers. It's a complete pain in the ass when this happens, because you lose a bunch of customers and you gain new ones, of course, as well, but you lose the old ones. So, and this is what I'm getting at, is that the product is literally the illusion. They're paying to maintain a fantasy. And this also broke for one of our other models when this one got a kid. So it completely ruined it. They were asking, oh, are you gonna stop now you have a kid and stuff like that. And yeah, sales did go down, of course, but the model doesn't have a second life, all right? So if they're in a conversation with Eric, for example, and Eric has this image that, yeah, this is how they act, this is their personality, there is no way that illusion will ever break from some outside event, because no matter what, this model does not exist in the real world. They are literally just a figment of his imagination, and paired up with generated pictures and very good customer service. They don't appear on stream, they don't have a boyfriend, they don't age, they don't do any of this shit, you know, they're not quitting OF, they don't get cold feet. And each customer has their own version of the model, you know, they might be completely different people. What happens then is that the lifetime value of a customer is actually continuously stable or going up actually. And a perfect example of this that I love to bring up is just Blade Runner 2049, alright? I'm gonna talk about this because I seriously, when I first saw this movie, I never really liked the movie, to be honest. I just found it very interesting because for me, this was when it became obvious that, yeah, this is gonna be how it is in the future. Now, for those of you who don't know, Agent K is the main character played by Ryan Gosling here. And he has an AI girlfriend, you know. He has the product, the girl called Joy. And what he does is, first off, she's just a voice. She's just talking to him over a speaker system or something. And she only exists in an audio form, so to speak. But what he has built together with this audio system is a relationship, because he comes home, greets her, that's his wife, that's his girlfriend, all of that, you know. It's he's living in a fantasy, and she is everything that he has ever wanted, and that is something that no real girl could replicate. He was even offered this real girl, came up and expressed interest in him, and he was disinterested because he has the relationship with the AI model. And this is also reflected in society where most people are actually staying away from women and stuff like that. So it falls into the same place. And what I found was hilarious was how when he got a paycheck, or somehow he managed to get money, and he paid for one of these emanators, which would make the model Joy projected into reality, as you can see here. So all of a sudden he's paying both a subscription, most likely. Now this is just my assumption that it's a subscription, but a subscription to keep her alive, and then another one to buy the hardware to project this one into reality. Is that this is probably where we're heading right now. And then once you have them riled in, you know, that you have them locked in on this, you literally sell them the hardware. You literally sell the hardware as well, and then you have them locked in a permanent subscription. Now this is, in my opinion, a really funny reflection I had. I seriously believe that this is what's going to happen. And what will also happen is that, let's say, first off, the model will never, you know, make the customer disappointed, because they will know everything about the customer, and they don't have any motives or feelings of their own except to keep them as a subscriber. So what happens is that if they unsubscribe, they will literally become depressed like this. So because in the movie you can see that Joy was actually destroyed by one of the other agents, and then he became ultra depressed. The customer will voluntarily walk deeper into the illusion because that's what he's paying for. And you can see with your whales as well, as long as you keep the illusion up, nothing breaks it, and you keep them feeling like they're in a relationship, it will just continue to, you know, grow. You can have customers for years without being interrupted. It's nothing super uncommon, you know. You can have whales for ages, and they won't be able to throw away something they love because they become addicted to this. Even your customers, once they leave you, trust me, they're not leaving the industry as a whole as a customer. They're leaving your model and they're going to another one. So that's one thing that happens. But with an AI companion, I believe that in the end people are going to have one, and they will be completely loyal and addicted to it for the rest of their lives, maybe. So that's kind of my thesis. I just wanted to drop this here because in the future, I believe down the line, maybe a year or two from now, I'm going to come and look at this video and I'm going to see that I was most likely right, because this is where I see the industry and the world going right now, to be honest. And I just wanted to share my thoughts, maybe get somebody else onto the correct path. And as you can see here, I wrote down some advantages with the AI OFM compared to real OFM. You can pause the video and read through it if you want. I'm not going to walk through it. But next up, to get started doing AI OFM, in my opinion, obviously I'm biased, but you should use KVIQA.com to build the stack. This basically allows you to automate the chatting, the pay-per-views, the channel management, and everything related to both real and AI OFM. And I also tend to post quite a bit in this channel right here on Telegram, just a bunch of results and other wisdoms. So that was all for this one, guys. Catch you in the next one.
Blue bands, blue bands, blue bands.